Alrighty guys, how's it going today? It's supposed to be a quick video. Got the new doohickey. The ends are a little bit longer on this, but it's not going to be an issue. I already did a dry fit, you could say, and I already tested it, and so it looks like it's brand new, right out of the package. It's not reman or anything. Apparently the guy said it was brand new. So made in Mexico, which is fine. So I'll get it in there. Now you guys remember how that gauge never moved, the old one, right? Well, watch that gauge now. Moves. So we did have one bad gauge, and it reads. It's actually reading kind of low, so that's not good. Well, it's just reading the battery. That's what it should be reading. And then they said that when it's running, when the tractor is running, it should read about 15. When running, obviously. So, and you can see how it's not so. It's still springy, but it's not as springy as the old one. So I think it's the gauge. The gauge quit working. The old one. So that makes me happy. So we got 2 gauges working now. 2 more to go, and those are just the sensors that we need to. We just actually need to replace. I bought the battery charger. I'm going to put the batteries on the maintainer for a couple of days. To check the batteries, make sure they're fully charged before I come down here to do a cold start on it. And you can see there's snow in the cab. Because this side, for some reason, doesn't shut very well. It blows a lot of snow in. And it's supposed to get even windier tonight. They're supposed to start later on this afternoon. The winds are supposed to start picking up. So, looks like the Pontiac's back. It looks like it got 1 new tire, at least anyway. So, but it's coming along then. I'm not going to put the sensors in, I guess, probably until spring. You know, they're saying a good week of, a good few days anyway, of some decent weather. I mean, they're talking high 20s, 30-ish, somewhere around in there-ish. So, but whatever. Now for the joys of putting everything back together. That's going to be joyful. I actually should, I should actually take this thing home and clean it. It looks like it could actually use a good cleaning. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take this thing home, clean it up, get the grime and shit off the lenses, and then that way it'll be clean. You'll be able to see better. My screws are in this cup, but it's full of snow, so my screws are freaking buried. So I'm gonna have to dig my screws out by hand. And yeah, I'm going to keep the old voltmeter. I might see if I can send that one in when I decide to send this in and get it rebuilt. I'll see if they can repair that other one. If not, well, then it can be scrapped, but I'm going to hang on to it for now. But that's, see, I know some of you guys are saying that, oh, the gauges don't quit, they're hard to quit, you know, but they're tough. I don't know. Like I said, you can get one that can be defective or it just gets worn out, you know. So, in this case, it was just a voltmeter. The actual gauge itself, that on this one, that clearly that went bad. So, because now we have volts, which makes me happy. Now I'll be able to know. Now I'll be able to know what my alternator is doing when this thing's actually running. Right now you can see the battery. I read in the book that when the key's on, it's only supposed to read the battery. Like it is right now, it's reading the battery. So it's in the green, so I guess we're okay. And then when it's actually running the tractor engine, it'll be in the alternator, which should be giving out 15 volts when it's running. And that's probably at full throttle, I suppose, or whatever. But I thought I was going to have to cut those ends that they put in, because I thought, oh, they look like they'd be a little bit long. But I didn't want to cut them yet. I wanted to do a test fit. It honestly looks like I don't even have to touch them, because they're longer than the factory ones. But like I said, they change everything all the time, so it's hard to know what to do. So you just do a dry fit, and there you go. So we have volts now. You can see it's reading the battery, and then if it was running, it would read the alternator. But it's not running, obviously. I'm not even going to start it yet. I'm just going to put... It's probably a little early yet to be doing this, but it might take a couple days to charge those batteries up. I don't know how low they are. From what the voltmeter says, it says that it's about right. I don't know. So I guess we'll find out come when we start it. So, but anyways, guys, I'm going to probably take off. Just want to show you that the voltmeter is working. I'm going to put my battery charger on, and I'm going to take that panel thing home and clean it with some Windex so I can see through it alright. And we should be good. So, there you go. We got volts anyway. Freaking right. Okay, guys. So, yeah, I'm going to somehow sneak this in there in that video. I just want to show that I put it all back together. I got this little mini charger on the battery right now. It hasn't really been on the charger or on the battery that long. Look at how much the voltmeter has already moved. You guys remember it was way down here. So it's charging, or it's oh yeah, it's charging. But that makes me happy to know that was the problem. Now they get the other two working. It's just simple sensors, and I got one already. I got the coolant. I just got to get the oil pressure, and then we'll have a pretty decent tractor, I'd say. But yeah, I didn't have to modify. I didn't have to cut those little rods or anything. I didn't have to do anything with that. So, you know, it went in right into place. At first it kind of seemed like it was up too high, the gauge. So I had to kind of move stuff around again, you know, because this wasn't sitting right to begin with. And I guess everything's sitting like it should now. I guess that's just the way International had it. They kind of had it up high, and I didn't remember that. I took this cover home, and I tried to clean it with some Windex, but I'm not the best cleaner in the world either, so I think it's a little bit better than what it was before, but it's not dead damn perfect. But should have let Mother do it, then it would have been damn perfect. But look at that. Yeah, that voltmeter works awesome. And that's just with the key. It's almost wanting to go into the alternator side, but I don't think it's going to go any higher than that, because it's not... The alternator, I think, has to be running for that. There's some water standing there. I can fix that real easy right here. Let's see, where's that damn rag? This is, by the way, this is not my rag. Okay? Just doesn't even soak up the damn water. That's how damn old this rag is. This rag and those pairs of gloves were in the damn tractor when they brought it to me. I don't think they were in there when I took it for a test drive, but they're in there now. I'll keep them in there. The rag kind of comes in handy, and the gloves could come in handy for something. I don't know how good the gloves are. They look like they're pretty decent yet. You could be wearing them for a while, but I don't think they're my size. They don't look like they're... I've never tried these gloves on, you know that? Never had a reason to. I've always brought my own pair, but I don't think these will fit my hands. I'll be damned, they're fitting. That's the first time I've ever tried on these pairs of gloves. Damn, they fit perfect too. But they're not mine. They come with the tractor. I'm gonna keep them in there. I guess I'll use them for when I gotta unplug, say, hydraulic hoses or something. I usually throw everything up in the... I'll just throw everything up in there. I usually throw everything up in here, kind of just to help keep the snow out of the cab, but it seems to blow in the worst on this side of the cab anyway. You can see the door's buried in it. I'm going to have to clean it yet again. It's still saying it's charging. I know you guys are going to say, oh, it's too small, you got to get something bigger. Yeah, I know, but it's the point that a newer battery charger that will automatically shut off, they're expensive as shit. I would like one because they're much faster to charge. Probably within a couple hours or so, it'd probably charge this battery from a complete dead. But I'm not in no hurry, guys. I do stuff, at least 2 days ahead of time or a day ahead of time. More like 2 days. It'll probably take that thing. That could take all night to do. That battery, a couple hours and then it's full, but that one does the starting, so that's the one that gets drained the most. So that's the one that I'm going to charge right now. I'll charge that one probably tomorrow. If this one gets done, which I don't think it's going to because it's only been on for probably not even half an hour, I'll come back tomorrow. I'm just going to leave it. I had to rob my uncle's cord and run it up to the house. For some reason, he can't run it inside the building. I don't know. The power's probably not working in the building, so Jimmy rigged up a thing outside there, so he can run a cord there, and then he can also power the barn too off that one wire that goes into the house. So, and then in the barn, it just runs a couple of light bulbs, so we're not drawing a lot of power, and it's not like we're doing everything at once with it. So, but that makes me happy. That makes me happy that we just got the new voltmeter put in and it works. So yeah, it was just a gauge that quit. Unfortunately, that was kind of a sad thing to see, but it can happen. I would have liked to have kept the original, but give it about a year and you won't even know that was a brand new gauge in there. Once you get dirt and the grime stuff sticking to it, you're not going to know it. Pontiac's sitting out. It looks like she's got some new donuts on all the way around, so that's good. I don't know what brand they are. I haven't looked, but it doesn't really matter. They'll last for the amount of usage that we'll use that car for. Now all I gotta do is get 2 more sensors, and then get the third sensor is not a big deal because that's just for the back of the fuel tank. That I'll have to order sometime. It's still reading the bottom tank, so that's a good thing. As long as it's reading one tank, I'll be alright with it. But especially the bottom one. The bottom one's the most important. I don't really care too much about the top one, but I would like it to work. And then I gotta order a little cigarette lighter. I can get that. It's just about anywhere. That's just so it doesn't look stupid, So, you can see how windy it is by the CB antenna moving. It's supposed to get worse throughout the day. It's a little after noon, probably close to 1 or maybe even a little after 1. It's actually kind of warm in the cab. Of course, the sun's out, and I'm wearing overalls, and I got the door shut, so I don't have no wind blowing on me, but that's alright. That's alright with me. So she's coming along, boys. She's coming along. Dakota's getting some love. I told you guys I was going to try to get some things for it over the winter, and that gauge literally just showed up today. And then I got the coolant temperature sensor yesterday. So I'm going to order an oil pressure sensor next month. then we should be, and then we'll be done pretty much. And I'll just have to order some other little bits and pieces. Probably should actually order the fuel sensor too for the back of the tank, because those are going to probably be the cheapest and easiest things to fix. Sometime I'll have to send that in, but that'll be whenever I feel like sending it in. I gotta know, the young guy's gotta tell me how much this costs. I think he said about 100 or 200 bucks. It's better than a brand new one, or even a remand. So still charging. That's good. That's actually going over to the alternator side almost. It's right in the middle. That's probably where it's supposed to be, right in the middle. So it's actually slightly going down since the key's on. But that's because the batteries are a piece of shit. Yeah, let's let that sit for a minute. At the gas station where I go get my diesel fuel, he sells big batteries for tractors. They got slightly more power than this. These are 790 cold cranking amps. The new ones he had were 800. They're not a famous brand. I think they're just like a cheap brand. But he only wants 130 bucks for, and then that's just for one. So $230 for two of them. That's probably what Dakota will get, more towards spring-ish. Right now, I'm not going to put brand new batteries in a tractor that's kind of just sitting around doing nothing. If I was to use this tractor for actual snow removal or feeding hay, you could say, or whatever, if I was actually using it, then I'd have no problem going and getting new batteries, because they'd be important. And I wouldn't want to keep doing that, that's for sure. But yeah, and also, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I lost my side panels, or my cardboard boxes for the sides. Yeah, that didn't last too long. I took the straps off because I thought they were pulling them down and it was ruining them. I think I kind of regret that decision now, because the day after that, we had gotten kind of a windstorm / a little bit of snow. This was like a month ago already. And they flew off. And one was laying underneath the tractor. It was wet and it had oil all over it, so it was no good. So I just threw it at my uncle's burn barrel. It's burned now. And then the second one, I don't know whatever happened to it. It's gone. I never found it. I don't know if my uncle found it and he just threw it away or what, but he never told me anything about it. I haven't even asked him anything about it, but I take it either he threw it away or that's down in Texas, because that was a north wind that was going on, I think, that day too. So she was quite gusty that day. See, now that was actually all the way up. So it's back in the middle and it's slowly going down. But at least I'll know what the alternator's doing. If it's in the green, then we should be good. If it's under that, then we're screwed. But we won't know until we start it, and I'm not starting it for another couple of days probably. I'm just making sure the batteries are fully charged. Making sure everything's good to go, and I gotta clean off my cab again. Fuck's sake. Damn it. So, I don't know if the doors need new seals on them or what. The seals look alright, but I don't know. They look kind of dried out too, like they're not really doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I don't know, that could be an issue too, but one thing at a time. Since I'm not using this fucking tractor for anything, I might as well just keep sinking money into it and fix it up. At least if I fix it up, then if I decide, I don't want it anymore, I'll sell it. Well, at least the next owners will have a pretty decent tractor. All the gauges will work. It should have, hopefully I'll have a good headliner put in it, and then it'll have some upgraded steps, and they'll have a top link. They can take the top link with it, because I'm going to need it then. But she'll be a decent runner then at that point. So That's almost charged. I can't get over that I actually got 2 working gauges now. It's unbelievable. I got 2 more to go, and that's just the sensors. So once I put the new sensors in, they'll be working too. So, but don't know if the tractor. It probably would start today, but a little bit chilly out. They're saying some warm days, so it might be all right. But I want to make sure the batteries are fully charged, so I'm not killing them when I start this thing. And plus, it's got to be plugged in for a couple hours at least. If it's going to be warm out, it probably only has to be plugged in for about 2 to 3 hours instead of 2 to 4 hours. But I still have, I forgot to tell you too, I still have the cardboard box in the grill. That's still in there. The wind couldn't take it out because the grill was holding it in place. But it'll have to come out for when I want to start it. I don't know, I think we're getting a south wind, I think, now. So that cardboard box is doing its thing. Keeping the rad from freezing, at least. Do one good thing for it. But I guess that's pretty much it, guys. I'm just going to take off and let these batteries do their thing. Or let the charger do its thing. It'll probably be here overnight. And, yeah, it sounds like it's more like a southwest kind of a wind. I guess this side of the tractor was banging and the wind was hitting it, so yeah. I don't know, is it just me, guys, or does it seem like these 1586s have bigger cabs than the smaller series? I don't know, it's weird, right? I don't know, it just seems like these cabs are bigger, but then I don't know. It could be, it probably feels bigger because there's not that much crap in here like my friend's 1086. I mean, he's got a monitor, like a TV monitor over there. He's got hydraulic remotes there. He's got his baler monitor there. He's got his combine monitor down there. He's got his radio down there. He's got everything down there. And then he's got tools and everything laying on the floor. So his cab just seems a lot smaller than mine. I don't know if these 1586s actually had a bigger cab on them or what. It's not as tall, but it just seems like it's wider, which I guess is fine. I don't know. So, yeah. We'll get this bitch going and we'll get her figured out, and hopefully we'll start getting some actual good stuff for it. Like the big major stuff by spring, or even starting in spring. But there you go. She's getting up there, so I wonder, dome light's still working. So, alright guys, I'm taking off. I'm just gonna go do some other stuff, and then, yeah, so. Alright guys, I'm taking off, so I guess I have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Take her easy.